Hello and welcome back to the how-to video, how to make a hookah. This is part 2 of how to make a hookah. Here you go. So I believe we left off on the covering of a foil. Here's the foil. Here's how it should look on most hookahs. Now, see, now when I put my finger across it, should feel flat, should see nothing, should be very tight. You know, make sure that no air is leaking. Now, if you want to, and also this is a tip, never use just enough foil. You know, like sometimes I'll have a small piece that will just barely fit over it. That's not a good idea, because air will leak and it'll be hard to get it going. And if you're at a party or somewhere, you know, you want to go impress them, you don't want your hookah, you don't want to be in the middle of the hookah making it and all of a sudden, oh no, it's not smoking, now I have to go and fix it. It doesn't make sense. So basically here is the foil. See some pops, but that's not a big deal anyways. So press down on it. And also, yeah, forgot to mention this before, leave a tiny bit of room at the top, well, from the tobacco to the foil, because like I said earlier, if you don't, like this, let's see when I'm doing that, if you can hear that voice, that means that there's some space left. You don't want it to you don't want the foil to be so tight that, you know, you don't have any room and the tobacco gets burned by the charcoal real easily. Then you don't have a good hookah. So there you go, one last time, just to clarify. Now here is my pointy toothpick that I'm going to use to make the holes. Now, a lot of people say make tiny holes. I make smaller than medium holes, not tiny, because I want the air to escape so that when I'm smoking it, it's, you know, it's got enough air so that the tobacco and everything will work great, and so that you'll have enough room to be able to get the smoke released from the tobacco and be able to have a good session. Here you go. Now, some people like to just put a few holes. I put holes all over. You probably can't see it now. Well, I guess I'll show you when I'm done. Just poke them. Let me poke them, and then I'll show you guys how I do it. Now, a lot of people do it differently, but generally you can use small holes. I don't recommend it. I recommend a little bit bigger holes, because like I said earlier, the smaller holes, it'd be hard to get the air out, the smoke out of the tobacco, and you know, it won't smoke as good. Now, if you don't put enough holes either you will get it will not smoke as good either. That's another thing. So make sure you have enough holes. Some people prefer to put a big hole in the middle. I don't do that. I just put enough holes, and make sure the holes are not way too big, because if it's obviously too big, then you'll ruin the taste of the hookah and it won't smoke right. You know, just have about, you know, maybe whatever, 25, 30 holes, doesn't really matter. As long as the holes are nicely sized, they're not too small, not too big. Just, you know, and make sure you put them in a circle format, basically, or you can do it in a row, top, then just, you know, 3 or 4 in a row, then keep going until the whole thing has enough holes. That's basically it. Let me do one more, and here we go. Now this is how I do it. I mean, you can do it other ways, but as you can see, there's enough holes, and everything looks nice and tight, and let's get ready to smoke hookah. Now, I'm actually using natural charcoal. I don't know if some people prefer natural charcoal or quick light charcoal. I prefer the natural charcoal because it lasts longer, and basically it lasts longer. You don't taste the charcoals, and it's also cheaper too. And there's many brands to choose, so we'll save that for another video. But here we go. Putting the bowl back on like this, like so. Make sure also you have, you know, the bowls on there tight. Now make sure you have the grommets and all the correct pieces, because if anything is loose or you're missing a part and you think you're going to get a good hookah going out of it, no way possible. Now, I'm using the square charcoal, the Japanese style like charcoal. Here you go. I'll be can see that, but that's that. And you know, that's the charcoal. Just got burned. Crap. Oh well. Anyways, that's kind of hot, but I got 2 pieces. Normally, you know, depending on how big the bowl is, you put either 1 or 2. Now, I also prefer using the small bowls because the big bowls are, you know, too big, and you have to put twice as much charcoal. And if it's just you, it depends on how many people, you know. So I basically go on who's smoking. Now, if I smoke alone, you know, 1 piece is fine, or you know, 2 pieces, depending on how long I'm smoking. So I got my 1 piece. Of course, I had to break up the charcoal. Now, you also want to put it on the red side. The red side is you know, the best side to put it on, and it'll smoke the quickest on the red side. You don't have to wait. So here we go. Here's that, and basically, as you can see, I'm just trying to get it heated up evenly, and here we go. Let's start smoking this bad boy and showing you how good this is going to smoke. Now, you know, sometimes I have problems getting it to smoke right, and a lot of people do when they first start, so give it a couple puffs and you're ready to flow. There we go.